Hello and welcome to 2x Leads. So basically, in today's call, we would be talking about how we can create multi-step forms for complex data capture. What that means is essentially we would be creating custom forms where we would be creating questions, and on the basis of the answer to that question, the form will give out show or hide the question that are relevant, and then we have to like build a multi-step form with conditional logic and how we can use this embed this form in our landing page, and then we will test its usability with data collection and how we can create the automation relevant to it. So to now, if somebody is filling up a form on your website, essentially he is considered as a warm lead because he is filling up some data. He's willingly giving you some data. Now we need to know what type of data he's providing us and how we can use that data to actually make him to custom automation or send him to the custom automation. So let's start, and let me share my screen. There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's build the custom form. There we are. Okay, in sites, we will go to the form builder. And yeah, let's go to 2x leads and conversion. Let's create a new form. And I'm going to use a template in here. Let's pick a cute template. Business coaching consulting. Yeah, let's select that one. Okay, let's select this one. For example, drop a message, something like this. Okay, that seems like okay. There we go. So this is like a standard form which is asking for full name, email, and a message. First thing I'm gonna add is the phone number. And let me remove these consent boxes. And now we're gonna create a custom field. Okay, cost of product. What is that? Okay, no, not this one. Additional info. Let's create a custom question. Now, the custom question that we want to ask in our form is gonna be, let me think, what can be the question? The question can be, let's select a radius select, and yeah, custom question is, do you run ads for your business? I'm gonna give it like CQ1. This is my custom question one. I'm gonna put it in additional info, and option is yes, and the other option is no, and third option is, oh, should we create? Okay, let's create only yes no question, but you can add more options, and let's put this in here. CQ1, this is our question, and let's give it label. This owner. Okay, let's put text field on top of it so we could mark the text list box, multi-line, single line. Yeah, there we go. Gonna Do you run online ads for your business? Okay. This is text inbox. Sorry about that. Not the text field. I wanted this one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's come on. Be reasonable, like 20. 20 is too much. Still 18, 14, 16. Okay, style, background. So this is the font color. This is the input background. This is the one that I want. Let's copy this. Let's background. This one. There we go. Font color needs to be white. There we go. Seems like okay. Uh, kind of okay. Now, this is a question that we have created. Do you run online ads for your business? And now, if somebody answers yes, our next question would be, what is your monthly spending budget for the ads? Restricted value range, like only allowing. Okay, Jaya, let me see. Is it possible to add an age field in the form with restrictive value range, like only allow? We can create a condition if the value is between 8 and 15. They can they would be qualified. If it is outside the range of 8 and 15, it will disqualify, essentially not adding them to the workflow. But you cannot restrict a question where they are inputting some data and they cannot input the data outside the restricted field. So uh, the answer to your question is, we can create a qualification criteria, and that's where we can set up the criteria as 8 to 15. And whenever that question is answered as between 8 and 15, it will be qualified. It will be added to the automation. If it is outside 8 or 15, 8 to 15, then they will be disqualified and they won't be added to the automation. So that is the answer to your question. Okay, so let's get back. Uh, Now, in here, there are two possible answers. Do you run online ads? If they are running online ads, our next question would be, what is your budget? But if they are not running the online ads for their business, then this question would be stupid to ask anyone, what is your budget for the online ads? Because he's not running the ads right now. But our second question, if they select no, our question could be, would you like to increase your business reach and get more leads by running ads? Yes and no. And if they say yes, then our question would be, what is your plan? How much are you planning to spend? So those are, okay, let's simplify it. If they say yes, then we would ask, what is your currently budget, or what is your currently spending on the online ads? If they say no, then our question would be, would you like to get more leads by running some ads? So those are the two questions that are dependent on whatever answer they give us in here, in yes or no. Let me correct its color. Uh, uh-huh. Allow other option, yada, yada, yada. How do I change the color of this thing? hidden event setting, no. Options, yes, no. Other options, split column. Hmm, that is interesting. Let's see. Font color is gonna be white. Come on. And miscellaneous, agency running, themes, options. Okay, for example, this is. Now let's create two more questions. One is gonna be a number answer, and that is gonna be what is your current budget for the ads? Okay, budget, and yep, I am going to put it in additional info. That is what is your see current budget. That is one question. We need to put this in the placeholder, show label, and okay. Okay, let's create another question. And that is gonna be radio select. That is, would you like to get more leads for your business by paying line ads? And the answer again is gonna be yes. And the other option is gonna be no. And that's this. Put it here. Save it. Put this question in here. Dot label is again gonna be same. Okay. Okay. For example, okay, let me change its background. Where is the background color? That's a problem. Let's say this is the color. Up till now, this form is like you're asking a question and that you're getting the answer to everything. But what we want is on the basis of the answer to this particular question, either it should show this question or it should show this question. So let's create the condition in here and we're gonna there is the answer. Disqualify one. The disqualify thing, Jaya, which I was telling you. You can tell it to if the answer age question between 8 to 5, disqualify them. If they answer in outside that range, then Anyways, so let's select. Do
Where is
you
the
run?
condition? Can you show again?
Sorry.
Can you show again? From where
Yeah.
you got the condition?
This button, add a conditional logic to the form.
Okay, okay, okay.
And in conditional logic, you can do these four different things. Disqualify the lead under specific conditions, redirect them to a certain URL like thank you for filling up the form. Unfortunately, you don't qualify for this offer, or you know, or display a custom message within your form when they submit, and show and hide field. So what we gonna use in this example, we're gonna use the show and hide fields. So if they answer, you run ads and they say yes, then I want it to show the what is your current budget for the ads. Okay, that is my condition one. And the other condition that I'm gonna put is if they answer, do you run ads? And they say no, then I want it to show the other one. And that's, I believe that should work, but let's see. We might need to use the and hide function as well, but let's see. Uh-huh. And okay. And if I, there we go. Now it's running correctly. Okay. So this is our form that we have created. Now we are trying to collect the data. We are asking one particular question, and on the basis of that answer, we gonna ask any other question. Now, if they say yes, it's gonna show this one. What is your current budget? They're gonna type it there. Oh, and if they say no, then it's gonna say this one. Would you like to, get more leads by running some ads? Yada yada yada. That is our form. This is how it would run on your website. They will fill out like their information in here and message something. I say yes. What is your current budget? That's where I can type some figure. If I say no, it is then showing the other question. Would you like it yes or no? And we can send them the emails according to that. Now this part is completed. We have successfully created this form, and you can let me drop a message. Conditional conditional form. Okay, let's save that. Let's go to funnels. Let's put it there. As usual, the funnel I'm gonna be using is gonna be, oh no, not this one, the Christmas one. That's the one that I really like. Okay, now let's put this form in the pop-up. Pop-up setting. This is the form. We can change it, and we're gonna change it conditional form. There we go. We have our form added there to our site. Whenever somebody clicks on this button, it will open the pop-up which has the form in it, and they will fill out the form. Okay, now let's create an automation for it. Okay, let's use this empty workflow. Let me delete all of these actions. It is form submitted would be our trigger because a person is fulfilling a form. So form is submitted and we would tell it conditional form. That is the one the person is submitting. go. Now, after adding this trigger, let's save it. The very first thing is going to be if else. Now, our target is not only to collect the correct data, but after collecting that data, we want to send out custom communication. Like if somebody is running the ads and they are uh, already paying for it, we might not market them. But on the other hand, a person who is not running the ads for his business and he wants to run the ads, then we would sending him some marketing. And the person who is not running the ads but is also not interested in running the ads, we would be sending entirely different email to that person. So let's create three different email communication on the basis of the answer that the customer is gonna submit in your form. So here we go, if else, and the first branch is gonna say already running ads, and in here we would select contact details, and in here we would be custom question, and he's answering yes. That is one. Then our second branch is gonna be uh, not running ads, something like that. Not running ads. And again, our contact detail and custom question is this one, and the answer is no. And the third one is now this one is gonna be interesting. Uh, we can use this one. We can put the segment in here first thing, and contact details. Now, would you? I believe. Do you like to? What was the question? Give me 1 second. Let's find out what question did I create. Do you need personal trainer? VIP ads. There we go. There we go. Would you like to? And is yes. This is one. So not running ads and like to run ads. So this one is done, and okay, this branch, do we need that? We don't need that. And the none branch. Oh, okay, let's create a new one. Does not like to run ads. So this one, obviously, again, contact details and custom question is no, he's not running the ads and he doesn't want to run the ads. Would you like to? Would you like to? There we go. And the answer is no. There we go. Now we have three different conditions in here. According to the answer that he would submit in the form, the leads are going to be sorted into three different uh, sections, and we could send out emails according to that. For example, the email is the only communication uh, Uh, we can optimize, ready? Optimize your ads for better results. For example, this is our email, and what is missing? Oh, from email. I didn't realize that. Save. So this is email, and he's not running ads and like to run ads. So this one is gonna be, the email is gonna talk about hire us to run your ad. And the third one is email. Now this one particularly, he is not running their ads and he doesn't want it. You may get more leads and customers from ads, for example. That's what we want to say. These are very crude emails, but let's assume. Now let's save this and let's conditional form submission. Let's call this 1-001A. Okay, call this one and let's publish this. Now let's go to actual form that we have added to our site. And let's start filling out the form in all three different ways. Let's go to the Christmas one. Fill out the form. Test. And this one, I'm going to put up this email. Find test one. Do you run online ads for your business? I'm answering yes. What is your current budget? I'm spending 500. And let's send the message. And now let's go to the actual workflow. Let's go to the enrollment history. That is our first submission. And let's follow its path. Now here, the form was submitted, then the condition was applied, and the condition got us to the already running ads, and he got this email. And if we look at the contacts, or rather, let's go to the conversation directly. Let's go to the all. That's the, there we go. This was the email that was we created. We can optimize your ad for better results. That email was automatically sent. Now, because I answered that I am running ads for my business, this is the email that I got. Now, let's fill up this form again. David test. Again, I'm going to use this email, same number. Oh, let me first check. Did I enable allow reentry, allow multiple options? Okay. Okay, that is good. I like that. Message, this is test 2. This time I'm telling it I'm not running ads, but I am interested to run ads. Now that means it should be in here when he's not running ads, but he likes to run the ads. So let's see. Let's submit it. Okay, and see in here. There we go. Hire us to run your ads. That's the email that was sent. Please hold. All right. Sorry. Okay. So hire us to run your ads. That was the email that we set up in our automation. Hire us to run your ads. That's the email it was sent. And if you look at the enrollment history, that is our submission 2. And if we look at it, its execution log, form was submitted, the condition got true because it got the answers. It got this answer. He's not running the ad, but he likes to run. Now in here, we can like tell it and condition or condition, and means both need to be true before it can pick that lead. And or condition means either one of these would be true and it will still pick up the lead to that branch. So let's submit the third scenario, and for that it's again gonna be this one. The email is same, phone number is same, just 3. I am not running ads and I'm not interested to run ads, and I submitted the form, and now I would got the third email, and that one is you may get more leads and customers from your ad. So that is 3 different types of email on the basis of the answer to the forms that we have set up in here. That means we can create a condition on the basis of the question that are included in the form. Now this one in particular is kind of easy because you're creating the questions and you're customizing the display of the questions if they answer any particular question, yes or no, and it will show them the relevant question to that. That means you can create the whole logic in here. Not only to this, if we go to these forms again, and this time let's go to the builder, and let's go to the form leads and conditional form. Now we want to see if they answer yes, what should happen? If they answer no, what should happen? We can redirect them to a different URL. We can display custom message. We can disqualify the lead, filter out the entries under specific conditions. Now let's say we want to disqualify them. If they answer, are you running ads equal to yes, I want them to show them the disqualified lead, and it should not be added to our workflow. Yeah, we can send them the email like, thank you for submitting your response to our questionnaire or something like that, and it would be disqualified automatically. So this is one of the conditions. So within the conditional forms in here, multi-step forms, we are creating the multi-steps and we are collecting complex data. Now, in here, we can put up more conditions in here. If they answer yes, we would be asking, what is your budget? If they say no, we can say, okay, you can earn more, you know, leads or customer. Would you like to try something? on the basis of the answer to the questions that we are creating in our forms, we can show and hide any fields. We can redirect them to a different website link, and we can qualify or disqualify them. And obviously, we can create the custom workflow for it to send them very particular type of communication, and we can do it. Now, here is another thing you can create. Rather than using this if else condition, you can tell it the form is this one, and the question answer field CQ1, and if they answer yes, only add these people in here, or if they answer no to this question, add them in here, or maybe you want them to sort them from other. Would you like to get more leads? If they answer yes, yeah, add them in here. If they answer no, add them in here. Now the trigger, just like yesterday, can be customized to add more leads. I like to use the if else condition, which makes it much more easier for me to troubleshoot and see what is happening and what type of communication is happening. But if you want the simplicity, you can actually create three different workflows with these three emails. But the trigger would be a bit more complex. You need to specify who would be added to which workflow on the basis of that answer. Essentially, it all depends. Even if you create three workflows or one workflow, just like I did, it all depends on the form and the condition that you have set up in here, what type of multi-step data that you are collecting in the form. Uh, that's what the automation is going to be based on. And you can create like task with it. You can create, like, let's say if they are not running the ads but they want to run the ads, you can assign this to your teammate. Add a task for a teammate. The title is call the customer, for example, call the customer something, assign it to a particular person, and we can tell him it is going to be due in 2 days. What will happen when anybody answers that, that particular contact would be assigned to David, though the customer would be still receiving the same thing. Now the David has to call to the customer and set up some sort of meeting or something. Now, because this particular one is the most ideal candidate in our particular example scenario. But we can also add the conditions in here. We can add them to pipeline. We can do essentially all the complication below that. I'm not building any complicated workflow in here because we are talking about data collection. Data collection is everything is happening in the forms. Though we can create the same type of scenario in surveys as well, if you like. Like if we go to the survey builder, we can create a new survey. For example, this one, different slides, select one of the options, and according to the option, if they selected option 1, it would display this one. If they selected option 2, it would display this one. And then thank you for the survey. Let me show you. It is almost the same thing. You can qualify and disqualify. The only difference in here is gonna be, okay, let's type this in here. Full name is David Test. Next. Now here is the interesting part. The survey and form are different because the surveys are going to display one question or one slide. Hey, what just happened? Why I'm logged out? That is interesting. Okay. Give me a few seconds. That is interesting. Did I actually log out? Okay. Anyways, I'm going to show you once I get the code, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now, if I answer option one, it would show me the slide which would be asking for my date of birth. And if I select option two, the next question would be asking about which country I'm from. Let's say I select option one, it automatically gives me to the date of birth. And if I go back and select option two, takes me, it skips the question for the option one, and it automatically brings me to the option two question. And let's let it log in, and let me show you the logic in here as well. Wow, why would you builder main? Yeah, server builder. And this is the survey we're looking in. It's kind of the same thing, and we can like set its conditions. Where do we set the conditions? This is the history, notifications. Oh, we set it in here. I believe this one. Yeah. So this one here, we have set it up, the general setting, select the options, and it goes to the next slide. And where do I set the conditions? On submit, codify, server settings. No. Okay. My God. Where did I set the permissions? Ah, there we go. This is where. So if they selected uh, from slide 3 position, if they select option 1, it will take them to slide 5. That is this one. If they selected the option second, that is set up in here, it goes to this option, and which will automatically take it to this option. So you can create the same thing in the survey as well, and your workflow is going to be same, except rather than using the form submitted, you're going to use the trigger survey submitted. Essentially the same thing. It's as per your liking, what you want, how you want to display the prompt to collect the data from your leads or from your customers. Now, do tell me, do you have any questions about the things that we have discussed today?
For today, there is no doubts from my side. Actually, it was clear.
Any question, anything you are building for your business? Would you like to ask any such thing? We can discuss it.
No, today I'm not asking any doubts or any questions for today.
Hey, it's today's is kind of like the easier topic because it was
Yeah.
like the form building and very simple automations. It was like simple if else and then sorting them into different leads. So what we're gonna do is,
Actually,
uh,
I was looking for that condition thing. I don't know. We can use conditions in form.
oh yeah, we can
Today I
use.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can use the conditions, and not only just one condition. You can previously the qualifier and disqualifier was only present in the survey. Now that thing is also available in here. You can disqualify the lead, and you can, if you disqualify the lead, you have then and or condition in here. You can put up multiple, like nested loop. If you would you have any background in programming, it's like you can create a nested loop with this conditions, and you can display obviously custom message or something. You can open the URL or show custom message, something like that. This disqualify thing is very interesting. And obviously show and hide fields. According to whatever answer they are giving, we can hide the question. We can uh, all the questions are shown on the form, and when they answer one question, it will automatically hide the irrelevant questions. I
Okay.
personally like is show. That is the one I am. And in hide and show, you can see hide multiple, show multiple. We can do multiple fields, or multiple question can be hidden or shown at a time on the basis of one particular answer. But what I like to use is show one question, one answer, then show the relevant question, and then according to that, show the next question, something like that. Everything should be hidden in the start, and once they start to answer, they get to the specific question. And now, because they are answering us very specific questions, we are sending them very, very customized communication. And just like I showed you how to add a task for your teammate, even for yourself, create a task for yourself. And what happens is, in the dashboard, right here, in the dashboard, we have the area where you would be alerted about the pending tasks. Where are the task information? Opportunity, conversion, appointment. Okay. Upcoming appointment. Ah, there we go. See, it is, there is a task that is assigned to me, and I assign it to myself, but it is, now it will show you what is happening overdue, or it should be fulfilled today. So you can manage yourself more smartly in your business to, maybe sometime what happens is, usually when we are calling a customer or when we are reaching out to any customer, they would say, okay, I'm on vacation, touch me back after 7 days or 10 days. I'll be back then. Then we will talk about. Create the task and create the task, and that will remind you in here. The dashboard gives you the oversight about your business, and the task is actually, providing you more punctuality to the task for your businesses. And then again, obviously, lead source report, Google Analytics, all these data that you see in here, you can customize your dashboard, and you get a lot of information in here which you can use to see what is happening with your business. So that is interesting. Okay, homework time. The homework today is create a multi-step form and test it with sample lead. Share this screenshot in the Facebook group with the hashtag sale process wins. That is your homework. And what you need to do is you need to create a multi-step form with the conditional logic. And then you're going to put up on one of your landing pages and test its usability data with the data collection, and show us that how they are getting sorted. So I would recommend creating one picture of this thing, then the condition, and the workflow that you have created for your custom communication. I hope that is like the easiest homework that you got this week. So, yeah. So that's all about it. If you have no more questions, then we can wrap up for today. And I'm going to see you next Monday. Sorry, that would be Tuesday for you guys. So I would be seeing you on Tuesday, next week, Tuesday. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Best of luck to you. Bye bye.